Top 5 Magical Images of Mysterious Locations. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Here are top 5 magical images of mysterious locations. Number 5. Castlerigg Stone Circle. Near Keswick in Cumbria, northwest England, stands a circle of 38 Neolithic stones. The circle is thought to have been constructed as part of a megalithic tradition during the late Neolithic and early Bronze Ages. To date, there have been no extensive excavations at the site, and it remains unclear what may be buried underneath the surface and perhaps between the stones. Much like the other stone circles to be found in the UK, it is not clear exactly what the purpose of the Castlerigg Stone Circle was. Experts are not convinced that it was a burial site, with some believing that it may have been aligned with lunar cycles. English poet and philosopher Samuel Coleridge mentioned the Castlerigg Circle in his writings in 1799, saying the mountains stand one behind the other in orderly array, as if evoked by and attentive to the assembly of white-vested wizards. Number 4. Underwater Waterfall. In the grand scheme of history, Mauritius is a relatively young island which sits on an ocean shelf that is raised over seabed level. Off the coast of the island, known as the Le Morne Peninsula, various shades of blue can be observed in a gradual slope that drops off into a 4,000-meter deep abyss. Because of the constant movement of sand and silt along these shaded slopes, an optical illusion of an underwater waterfall has been created. The exact site of this illusion was once the center of a local legend. In 1835, slavery was abolished in Mauritius, and authorities were sent to a community of runaway slaves to give them the good news. Unfortunately, the slaves misinterpreted the sudden arrival of the policemen and instantly made the decision to run to the cliffs overlooking the ocean and jump into the water, committing mass suicide. This tale has become woven into the fabric of the background story of the waterfall, with some believing that the spirits of the dead slaves are responsible for the spectacular optical illusion. Number 3. Skyscraper City. Even though Madagascar is the world's 4th largest island, it still took humans 300,000 years to discover. As highlighted by the animated film Madagascar, it is home to dozens of lemur species and more than half of the world's chameleons. It is here that you will find the Avenue of the Baobabs, as well as Skyscraper City, aka the world's largest stone forest. The forest is made up of limestone spiky gray rocks known as shingi, which means walk on tiptoes. Its origins date back to 200 million years ago, when tectonic activity pushed the limestone bed upward from the bottom of a lagoon. Falling sea levels allowed the pushed-up stone plateau to become exposed, and over time the forest came into being. There are several walkways and bridges that allow tourists to get up close to the stony wonder without hurting their feet on the sharp rocks. And while it may seem like a completely inhospitable environment, you will find 11 different species of lemur here. Number 2. The Tree on the Lake. The aptly named Fairy Lake in Canada is famous for more than its glittering waters and tranquil atmosphere. Out of its still surface protrudes one end of a dead Douglas fir tree log. On top of the log grows another tiny Douglas fir tree, the log as its only source of nutrients. The little tree is in continuous struggle to survive, and this has inspired many a photographer to document it on film. Every so often, the water on the lake rises and covers the tree stump, making the little tree look like it's floating just above the surface. Tourists have taken to calling the tree the fairy bonsai and often line up in the logging road next to the lake to catch a glimpse of it. And at number 1, Scalig Michael. Scalig Michael is an island off the coast of Kerry, Ireland, which was used as a location in the filming of Star Wars: The Force Awakens. The publicity did wonders for tourist numbers, and by November 2015, the island had received its highest number of overseas visitors ever. Scalig Michael, which means Michael's Rock, is also home to a 14-year-old preserved monastery. There are 2 oratories, a cemetery, and a monolithic cross on the island. Evidence shows that the island had been attacked by Vikings several times, which could have caused the monks that lived in the monastery to flee to the mainland. To ensure the further preservation of the fragile monastery, limits have recently been placed on the number of tourists allowed to visit it. And this brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. And with that, I'll see you on the next video.